Yes, hello. Yeah, before I even start this vlog, I just wanna tell that the meaning by this vlog is not to denigrate this country at all. I love this country. So but there is lots of things to think about as a foreigner before you're going here, before you even, you selling your house and moving here, and you want to meet someone, and you want to get married, and yeah, you want to start living here. There is lots of pros, it's lots of cons also. So right now I want to talk about the cons. There are many, there are many you have to think about, especially if you're coming from the West. You're used to some kind of standards, that you can have here with money, but also it can be more difficult to get it the same what you have at home. It will be a couple of cuttings here in this vlog because there is lots of noisy motorbikes that's outside here is coming on the road here, so it will become a couple of disturbances with the vlog if I'm not doing this cutting. So but anyway, start number one, attract attentions. That's something happened to you here as a foreigner. You cannot avoid it. You always will attract attention as a foreigner here, and just try to blend in is impossible, because even in a brisky place, wherever you are, many times you're one head above all the others. They will see you white skull there. Many people will try to talk with you. Sometimes they are shy. They try to say hello, like hey you, hey man, but when you try to start talking to them, they are really shy, they don't want to talk. So number two, traffic. The traffic here is noisy, no one following the traffic rules, and in the beginning it's really difficult to drive here, because just think about having the presidents, someone is coming from the left, you can just forget that. It will not happen. If they find a spot, they will go, even if you are in a traffic circle, the right of the way there. It's not like it is in, at least in Sweden. I think in many of the West countries, like you have the right of the way there, but not here in Philippines. Yeah, and also if, let's say if someone coming from the right, or you coming from the left, and you need to give precedence to the one who coming from the right. If you follow that rules, you never get out. You will be staying there forever, because it's always lots of traffic. When if an accident is happening, like that, you as a foreigner, they will always blame it on you. It's like that. You have no right to say that maybe it was his fault. No, they will blame it on you. 100% sure. So because you are a foreigner and you don't know the rules, they say, and you are the one who doing the wrong. You did the wrong turn there, or you stopping there. You're not allowed to stop there, even you have a vehicle in front of you. Like there's someone driving into your back. Like that. It will be your fault because you're stopping too quick or whatever. So yes, what I could recommend about don't start driving a motorbike or a scooter if it's your first time here in the traffic. Try to have at least something with free wheels or whatever. Try to be a little more careful buying a free wheeler or whatever, a car or whatever, that you can start with that, and then after you're feeling more comfortable driving around, and you learn a little bit how the traffic it is here. Maybe you can buy that later, but don't start with motorbike or scooter. Buy it later, drive it later, but not from beginning. Yeah, and also don't drink and drive. It's a stupid thing you can do because yeah, maybe if the police is stopping you, they will accept that you been drinking a little bit. But if an accident happen, you you are a sitting duck. You cannot do anything, and you have no rights anymore, and they will put you in jail. Yeah, number three, drugs. Don't do drugs here. Don't do it. Just listen to me. Don't do it. And especially, I mean, before maybe when Duterte was the president, the police actually can take you with drugs, and they can take you out in the field and they can actually shoot you. But maybe it's not so hard anymore, but it can be many, many years in prisoner for doing that, and prisoner for a foreigner in Philippines, that will almost kill you. And also something that can happen, yeah, that's what I heard about from other foreigners, but I don't know, maybe it's a reputation, I don't know it's true, but police can actually stop you, and they can place drugs in your car, and they can file a case against you about that. But that's just something that I have heard. I don't know it's true. Charity denied it. She say no, they cannot do like that. It's not by putting drugs in your car. They can get a big amount of money from you. And also I think the police is here. They need to achieve a number of cases every year here, so they, yeah, can still showing their boss that they working good and they working hard, and they get the bad guys. Yeah, I mean, if you end up in jail or whatever, I can really recommend that you have savings for rainy days. At least 1 million. Then you can always buy you free and get back your freedom. Almost whatever happened to you. But if you don't have so much money, of course, it's not everyone having that kind of cash. But try to save before. Yeah, number four, don't be a playboy. Come on, it's like, I mean, especially if you're living in the countryside, it's like your reputation will be bad after just a couple of months, if you being a playboy there, because I saw a vlog with Tim K, actually, he talking more about it. He get more deeper into the subject about it, but if you want to meet girls and have one night stand or whatever, it's better go with bar girls. If she get pregnant, her reputation, let's say if you not marry her, and her reputation will be totally ruined in her family, and the neighbors around, like that, they will talking bad about her, because here it's still really important that you get married before you get kids. So if you really want to be a playboy, and live that life, that kind of life here, yeah, you can. It's better to live in a big city. That's my recommendation for you. I mean, as a foreigner here, it's really easy. It's really easy to meet some Filipino because you are really attractive here as a foreigner. Uh, they like white skin, they like blue eyes, they like long noses. Yeah, and also of course they like to have a safe, I mean, what can I say, safe economy situation or whatever, like that. It's like, I mean, everyone want that. It's not only, don't blame all the people here because they go for the money, because I mean, I think everywhere in the world is the same. Like someone who want to live a comfortable life, you will go with a guy for money, or a guy will go with a woman for money. It's like money is really helpful in the world, in your common life. That's how it is. Yeah, number five, plan your budget here. Yeah, I mean, what can I say about that? It's like, it's kind of cheap living here in Philippines if you're thinking about USA or whatever, Europe or whatever, Canada. But it always be unexpected charges here, you don't think about, so hospital bills or other kind of expenses, is the TV broke down or whatever, like that. If you want to eat rice and sardines in tomato sauce, you can live really cheap here, but that's not the kind of food you are used to, maybe. So you want steak on the Friday night, or you want a burger or whatever, the cost of living here and the cost of the food here will be much higher than you expected from beginning. My budget is about, if you own the house, you don't have any rent to pay, maybe you can live on 50,000 pesos a month. Then you can have a good life here. You can live cheaper, you can live much cheaper, you can maybe survive in 25, but then you don't afford to do so much. I running some business here, and it's really difficult, because lots of the concurrents, from others, really they go much cheaper than you, and I don't know, sometimes I don't know how they get profit, but so the best, if you are pensions, you get from your country, then you have a really good life here, so you will live a good and maybe hopefully a healthy life here. Number 6, disturbance. You cannot avoid it here. It's like it's everywhere, it's like if you're living close to a road or a risky road or whatever, you always will hear the motorbikes and other cars, and some are really, really, really noisy, so the neighbors have got barking dogs, roasters, start singing, what you call it, early in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, whatever, karaoke, whatever it is, it's always something disturb your construction work or whatever, so that's a thing you have to deal with here, that's a thing I have really difficult to deal with sometimes, but I've been better dealing with that now. But it's like in Sweden, it's always so silence, it's like if you're living somewhere, there's not many times you get disturbed by your neighbors. Burning of garbage, like the service in the garbage here, not everyone have afford with that, so they're burning the garbage just right out in the air, and if you are unlucky with the wind, you get it over you, and it will smell really, really bad, and also really toxic for your body, of course. So it's not happen maybe so much in the cities if you're living there, but if you're living in the countryside, it's you can feel the smoke from someone burning almost every day, so have patience. Yeah, you need to have patience in this country. That's for sure, everything is taking time here. Whatever you're going to do, it takes times, registration of a motorbike or a car or whatever, expecting it will take time. And if you're in a line somewhere in the bank or outside the ATM or whatever, it will take time, and you're standing there like 25 before you, and the line is not moving, and you will withdraw some money, and there will be a line there. And I mean, you're going to SM, and there will maybe 2 of the ATMs is not even working, and you really want to complain about it, but your complaints, no one listen to it, and I mean, Filipinos must be the most patient people in the world, I think, because except when they are in the traffic, they're horning all the time. But no one ever complain, and I try to complain a little bit while I'm in the line, at least people around me hear what I'm thinking, and maybe you can affect it to them, and they will complain, because many times I'm telling charity, it's no one complaining, how can it even be better, because that's how it is. And also with ATM, sometimes it's like there is no money. Don't waste your last 2,000 or whatever it is, and don't have cash after that, because try to find the ATM first before you waste the last pieces you have, in your pocket, because that can be difficult sometimes, especially if you're in a tourist spots. It can be really difficult to find the ATM with cash, because in this country most of the time you need to pay cash. There is some kind of service sometimes you can pay with your Visa card, but it's not so common, so most of the time you need the cash. Yeah, number 8, constantly brown out. Yeah, there's something happened here many times. Suddenly you're sitting there and you're watching a good movie on Netflix or whatever, and suddenly bang, the electricity is out. And sometimes it go kind of quickly to get the power back on track, but sometimes it can take little longer time. Maybe it's not happened so much anymore in the big cities, but if you're living on the countryside, it happened constantly brownout. I think not every day, but almost every day. Meetings, don't be in time. If you're going to meet a Filipina or a Filipino, it's no idea. You're thinking you are a good guy, you're coming there, let's say your appointment is like 1 o'clock p.m. and you're going there maybe 5 minutes before because you want to be in time, and it's no idea. You're just standing there and you're waiting, and they will not show up, and they will not even give you a message that I'm sorry I'm late. It's like no. And maybe they show up like 2 o'clock and they not even apologize for it, because that's how it is here in Philippines. Time doesn't matter so much. That's what you have to deal with, and you will learn about that, so it's no problem. It's not really a big problem for me, but it can be annoying in the beginning, when you when you don't know about it. Yeah, number 10, oldest siblings. There's like unwritten rule here in Philippines that at least if she's not married, if you're the oldest, you have the most responsibility for your parents, your family, like that, and they will always prioritize that, and I think it's good, you should always think about your parents and your family, the one who raised you, but sometimes it can be to your disadvantage, It's not really a problem, but just have it in the mind, that you will be the one who will help them, so with your Filipino girlfriend. Animal care. I think if you are really difficult to see that animals are not taken care of so much, there is many street dogs, street cats here, and most of them have lots of fleas, and they constantly itching, and they are underweight, and and also people having dogs and cats sometimes, they put them in small cases, they cannot even go out, then sometimes you have they have them in some place, there is it's not even a shadow for them, maybe they don't even have water, like that, but I think it's nothing. I don't think Filipinos are evil in some way, it's not what I mean, but if you don't have money enough to put food on the table for your kids, you're not really thinking about your dog, like that, but But for me, as an animal lover, it really hurt sometimes. I mean, you cannot help everyone. Even you really want that sometimes, but you cannot help everyone, but at least if you help one, that's one life, and maybe that is enough, Don't go here if you have problem to deal with that, just saw a vlogger. His vlog's name is Overstay Road. They're killing a pig, and I wish I didn't see that, but I saw it, and it was terrible. Yeah, I'm sorry to get some interruption here. My memory card was full, but yeah, I mean, most of the time I go to the food store and you can buy a piece of meat there in a plastic box, you don't thinking about how it ended there, how it shopped there, so, but yeah, was I mean, he warned the viewers before he showed it also, so I like the guy, it's no problem, about that, and I have no right to complain because I also eating meat, but I was a terrible scene, like it was the part 3 of his vlog, Overstay Road. The crime here, I mean, I don't see so much about it actually here in Lipa City, but I've been living in Manila before, and crime is kind of high, like, but I also understand, many people are poor, in this country, and I mean, charity don't like when I say poor, but don't have economic muscles, so, and you need to find a way to survive, and maybe that's the only way you can do, and I mean, that's what's happened, when, I mean, if everyone have good life here and free education, it will be lots lesser of crimes. But yeah, it can be a problem, I get robbed one times, and that was outside Divisoria. It was a gold necklace, and the guy just come and wrap it off from me, I cannot do anything, and the police saw everything, but they don't do anything about it, because sometimes the criminals, they pay a little bit to the police, so they will close their eyes for it and turn away their head, don't feel so blessed if some beautiful woman approach you in the street somewhere, like that, because 8 of 10 times it's a scam. They will try to scam you. It's not common that the Filipina take the first steps, start talking with you, like that. Most of the time it's on the man, take the first steps, start talking, so if it's a really beautiful Filipina or whatever, if a Filipina start talking to you, or a man also, of course, like that. That can also happen sometimes, that you should be on your alert, like that, especially with your wallet and cell phone or whatever, like that. So don't be stupid, or maybe he or she even want to buy you for a coffee or whatever, like that, and suddenly they invite you to their house or whatever, like that. Don't go. If also, many criminals, they don't look like criminals, they can be really, really well dressed, entering in the jeepney or whatever, you're sitting there, you think they are businessmen or whatever, but be careful about them, don't bargain too much. I mean, people having stands, let's say in the market or whatever, they selling clothes, whatever, like don't be too sheep against them, because you most of the time you are more blessed than them, and they have a really high rent to pay, especially if it's in a brisky place, many people is moving around, the rent used to be really, really high, using dating sites, is the most easier way to go if you're not here already, and there is always a thing happened to me before I met Charity and my my exes before, you know. But that's one thing you need to think about, you know. Let's say you get to know her a little bit, you know, and things feeling great, you know, and suddenly she wants you to meet her family, or I mean her friends, you know, and you're going out and you're going to the city wherever you go, you know, and you end up in a restaurant or whatever, you know, and and they order, and you're thinking like I've been thinking when I'm in Sweden, you know, with friends or whatever, you know, that everyone will pay for themselves, you know, but that will not happen. When the bills is coming, you are the one who have to pay. So you need to make sure that you will pay for you maybe and your girlfriend, your date or whatever, you know, before you even end up there, you know. So they make sure you make that sure from beginning, you know. So that's happened to me actually a couple of times, you know. And you become really grumpy, you know, like you don't like it so much, you know, because you feel used, you know. But yeah, they thinking you're a foreigner, you have lots of money, it doesn't bother you so much if you pay for everyone, you know. But it does. And I don't think that's some culture thing or whatever, you know, like that. It's just something because you are a foreigner, you know. They think you have lots of money, you know. So that's a thing they will try, you know. And if you not put down the foot directly there, it will happen again and again, you know. So vaccination is a good thing to do before you go. At least hepatitis A and B and C also, you know. If you're planning to eat street food here, you know, it's a good way. And also for dengue, if you're living on the countryside, you know, dengue fever comes from the mosquito biting the pigs. And also malaria. Some places get malaria here, you know, so you can buy pills before you go. Or, I mean, you can buy pills here, you know, but you can check it out before you go if it's a malaria area or not, you know. So that's I can highly recommend. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you know, whatever I've been telling in this vlog is just I just want to tell to people not being here, or people who living here, they already know about this, you know. But you know, think twice before you're going. And but Philippines is a really good country in many ways, loving people, and you know, there's friendliness here. I never experienced in Sweden, you know. I mean, I don't mean it's no nice people in Sweden. It's not like that, you know. But Philippines are also a really good country to live in, you know, especially if you have a good income here.